4 simple steps to eliminate threat thoughts. Something happens in your environment. The possibility of getting stressed out arises. But the stress response can only turn on if you include a dominant threat thought. It doesn't matter if it is accurate or not. Our body systems can't tell if we are really in danger or if we're just making it up. The dominant thought starts the process all the same. As the situation unfolds, or as you imagine a future event, or remember a past incident that includes a threat thought, you can ask yourself 4 very powerful questions. And if you answer them accurately, the threat thought will not happen. Here are the 4 questions. 1. Am I really in danger? In other words, is this threat real? What is the perceived threat? What is the likelihood of this threat actually causing me physical pain? Of course, you have to answer this question honestly or it won't work. As I mentioned earlier, you're seldom in situations where your life is in danger, and rarely are you likely to experience any real physical pain. Therefore, the answer to the first question, am I really in danger, is almost always no. I'm not in any real danger. Once you have that recognition, you notify your body systems that they don't need to make any physiological changes to keep you safe. Simply, you're telling your body that there's really no need to activate the stress response. Question 2, can I handle this? Again, honesty is essential. The correct answer is yes. But how can you feel confident that you can handle this situation without dying or having any pain? When pondering a potentially stressful situation, think about all of your past experiences. Recall similar events from your past that you have survived. It may not have been pleasant, but you'll quickly conclude that you can handle things, and probably better now because you have even more life experience and wisdom. Let's say, for example, that you have a big test coming up. You realize that you have taken well over 500 tests during all the years you've been in school, and you haven't been injured from any of them. Now you can say to yourself, why should this one be any different? It won't. You'll be similarly safe during this one. What about a job interview? If you've ever interviewed for a job or spoken in front of a group of people and not been hurt, you realize there's no reason why this interview should be any different. You can rest assured that you can handle this one just as well as or better than all of the others. Or maybe you've been asked to give a speech to your coworkers or at a community event. You realize that you've done this before and you didn't experience any physical pain. So it is very unlikely that this time will be any different. However, what do you do if this is your first time giving a speech? You can't very easily rely on your own past simply because you haven't had the experience. What you can do instead is accurately look at the experiences of other people. Nobody gets physically hurt from the dangers of giving a speech. We never see that happen. So if others don't ever experience a physical threat, there's no reason for you to think that you will. Again, you're teaching your mind to eliminate any notion of real threat. If you don't sense any threat, you won't activate the stress response. No stress response means you can follow through on any selected activity without unnecessary tension and anxiety. You'll probably handle the situation with a clearer mind and feel more confident. The next question you can ask yourself in any situation is, can I do something about this? Is it inside my circle of influence? In other words, can you influence the situation so the perceived threat doesn't exist anymore? Most stressful events relate to conditions or situations we can't do anything about. We get anxious about the well-being of someone who lives several states away. We have plans for a picnic, but the weather doesn't cooperate, so we get angry. However, sometimes we can change situations and as a result remove the stressor. If you can, then go ahead and take care of it. If you can't, there's no need to stew and fuss over it. Let me give you an example. Not too long ago, my family and I were staying at a condo in southern Utah, in an enjoyable town called St. George. It's one of our favorite places. As we were getting ready to go to sleep, we noticed a group of people gathering at a nearby condo. As the evening progressed, we noticed these folks getting noisier and noisier. They were having a fun time, and we were trying our hardest to fall asleep. But the noise was too loud. It was really getting quite annoying. It occurred to me that I could continue stressing about our inability to fall asleep and their noise, or I could simply contact the resort manager and let her take care of things. I grabbed the phone, discussed the situation with the night manager, and within a few minutes the noise had subsided considerably, and we were able to fall asleep. There are times when you can do something about the environment or the stressor. When those favorable opportunities are available, take control of the situation. When you can't do anything to influence a situation, when the environment can't be changed, the best approach is to apply the tools you're learning in these videos. And this leads us to the fourth question, the question that drives the rest of these stress prevention videos, and that is, can I think about this differently? Remember that all stress begins with the way you think about something. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is always yes, I can think about this situation in a different way that doesn't involve activating the stress response. Let's use a simple example to show how, by asking these 4 quick questions, you can successfully prevent any stress from occurring. Traffic jams. Many people become stressed in traffic jams. The cars around them move too slowly, or not at all, and they have to be somewhere soon. Let's pretend that it's you who is stressing out in a traffic jam. We can go through each of the questions and see what happens to the stress. First, am I really in danger? If you analyze the situation accurately, very seldom does anyone get hurt in a traffic jam. The reason you're stressed rarely has anything to do with any life-threatening condition. You're stressed because you're late for something that you have decided is important. The traffic jam is getting in the way of you arriving at a particular time, and not getting there on time is the perceived threat. But at no point during the traffic jam are you in physical danger. There is no immediate threat while you sit there in the car. You're safe. And when you arrive at your destination, you'll also be safe. You may have to deal with the consequences of being late, but most likely your life is not going to be in any physical danger. So you've answered the first question, there is no real threat. The second question, can you handle the traffic jam or being late without getting hurt? It may be uncomfortable, but people are late all the time. You've probably been late before, and you survived. So yes, you can handle it this time. Third question, is this traffic jam under your circle of influence? Do you have any control over how fast or slow everyone is going? That answer is no. There is no way to control the traffic jam or being late. So why spend a lot of energy getting upset about it if there's nothing you can do to change the speed of the flow of traffic? And 4, can you think about this differently? The correct answer has to be yes. Instead, you can enjoy music on your car stereo. You can watch other people's reactions and get a good laugh. You can take the extra time to plan your upcoming days or think about some important ideas you haven't had time to develop. You are free to think anything else you want to think about. And as long as the thought doesn't include any perceived threat, you won't turn on the stress response. Consider this. The next time you feel stress, see if there is a different way to think about it. There always is. For example, let's say you're a huge sports fan and your favorite team just lost the championship game. Run through the first 3 questions and then watch how the 4th question, accurately answered, results in no stress. What was the real threat? The team didn't win. I may have lost a bet with my buddy at work. But the score of a game can't possibly hurt me. Can I handle it? Of course. The team has lost before and I still turned out fine. Do I have any control over the outcome of the game? Superstitions aside, no, I don't have any control over who wins the game. And can I think about it differently? That answer is yes. I can think of any number of thoughts that do not cause me to get stressed out. Rather than getting upset about the loss, here are a few other ways that I could think about the game. It was an exciting game. It's great that they made it to the finals. I had such a fun time following all the exciting action of this year's team. They'll be better next year. It's only a game. And you can rethink any situation the same way. As long as your different thought doesn't include a threat, you won't turn on the stress response or have emotions that are less than positive. Let's go even deeper in preventing your stress. Get what you absolutely need to know about stress prevention in the next videos.